everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Today's look was fully inspired by my shirt here. See, it's super summery. We've got really pretty bright orange. We've got some corals, some green. So all of that is in my look right now. I've got green sparkle under the eye. I've got yellow to match my nails, as well as when I wear this shirt, I like to wear little kitten heels that are yellow. They basically match this, so I figured that's kind of where the yellow's coming from, because I know it's not exactly in the shirt, but I've got orange and corals and greens. And if you guys want to know how I got this look right here, please keep watching. I am using 2 palettes from Bad Habit right here, so let's get this look going. Okay guys, so I'm going to pick up the Retro Love palette, and I'm going to go into this shade right here. It is a super light coral. You can totally use the light orange in the next palette instead, but I really like this one because it's super light and nice and coral. So I'm going to focus this with a fluffier brush on my upper crease area. I'm using a fluffy brush today because I want this color to be lightly dispersed. I don't want a ton of color pigment in this, which is why I'm using a fluffy brush, so that it's nice and kind of blown out. And again, just focus this all in that upper area. Okay, next I'm going to pick up the Aura palette, and I'm going to go in with this light orange. Now, like I said, you can just use this light orange instead of using the coral from the last one, but I just wanted there to be a lot of color depth here, so that's why I'm picking up this orange. And I'm going in with a smaller dome-shaped brush because I do want this color to be way more pigmented than the last one. I'm going to put this a little bit lower than the transition shade. I want this more in the crease and definitely pack it on the outer V area. Okay, so same palette, now we're going to go into the darker orange. This one is so pretty. I love how like burnt orange this is. And I'm going to focus this mainly on the outer edge here. Now when I did my other eye, I also used a really deep orange from the Morphe 350 palette. But honestly, I feel like I didn't need to do that, and that's really just picking up an extra palette for no reason. So I'm just going to focus this on the outer area and really make sure that I am getting all kinds of orange out here so that it's nice and deep and dark and orange like my shirt. So focus that, and then in between I'm going to go back to that first brush I was using just to blend all the colors together. Colors do have a little bit of fallout, so you want to just be careful of that, and that's why you'll see me kind of like using my fingers or a brush right underneath, because I do get some fallout. So just keep that in mind. It is a little bit easier if you do your foundation last, but I had already done all that. So I'm going to go into the Retro Love palette and back into that first coral shade, and I'm going to use that to make sure that you can still see this. I'm going to fluff it right on top, right above the transition, right above all of these other colors, to make sure that transition is still there and you can still see that really pretty coral. Then I'm going to go in and cut my crease, and I want to use from the Aura palette this bright, super bright yellow right here. You see it basically matches my nails. I like to get my brush ready, so I'm going to put this on a packer brush before I cut the crease. I always just use some kind of a short concealer brush, and I'm actually just using an eyeshadow base for this one from Urban Decay. And I'm going to use that to cut the crease. I'm going to do just really the inner like third of my eye. And then immediately once the crease is cut, I'm going to go in and pack on the yellow. So make sure that you're taking your time when you're doing a cut crease like this, making sure that the concealer is nice and even, because otherwise the color you put on top is going to be really patchy. So don't allow any patches from the concealer itself, and make sure that all the cut crease area is nice and even looking and that it matches your eye shape. So I would definitely recommend looking down when doing this step so that you can really see how big your eyeball is. What I'm going to do now is go into the two orange shades in the Aura palette and blend together the yellow and the orange so that it looks a little bit more seamless and not so rough and crazy looking, you know. So I'm going to use a different kind of fluffy brush for this. This is a Sigma brush, and I'm going to fluff those two colors together until I like how it looks. But I'm also going to go back into the yellow and add some more because it will end up getting a little bit covered and not as bright. So you want to just kind of go back and forth between using the yellow and then using the two oranges so that it looks nice and blended. Okay, and this is like such a fun part. I'm gonna go into this really gorgeous deep forest sparkly green with a flat definer brush, and I'm gonna focus this on the lower lash line itself. I have a really rough time doing my lower lash line because no matter whether I'm doing pressing or rubbing motions, I always end up getting a freaking ton of eyeshadow in my eyes and it bugs the crap out of me. You'll see that later. So I would definitely recommend starting with a very little bit and pressing it onto the lower lash line and not necessarily rubbing back and forth. It's just, this is not comfortable for me, which is why I almost never do my lower lash line, but it looks so pretty. So I'm just gonna deepen this up and make sure that both of my lower lash lines are the same amount of thickness and darkness. Now, back into the Retro Love palette. I'm gonna go into this shade right here. Oh my god, this is like a sparkly yellow. It is stunning, and I figured that because it's got a little bit of like a yellow-green underbase, it would look amazing with my look right here because I got the yellow in the inner corner, I've got the green under the eye, and everything matches my shirt, of course. So this was like the absolute perfect shade to use as a brow highlight. And then what I wanted to do was something a little bit different. So I'm going to go into this amazing Molten Gold, and I'm going to use that as the inner corner highlight. Now I normally like to use light white champagne kinds of stuff, but again, I wanted to take a little bit of a step outside of my comfort zone. So I was using this and I noticed that it wasn't quite as poppin' and bammy as I like it. So I took some of my MAC Fix Plus in Gold Light and I sprayed my brush first and then went into the color, and that really seemed to help. Now the thing is with the Gold Light, it does not have glycerin, so it's not quite as amazing as like a regular MAC Fix Plus would be, but it still definitely helps to add some shine. I'm just gonna go do a baby wing with my NYX matte liquid liner. I absolutely love this stuff and it is super matte. And I'm only doing half a wing. I did not bring this into the full intersection.
Alright guys, so this is the look fully done. For the lips, in case anybody is wondering, I'm using Maybelline number 870 in Shocking Coral. This is absolutely stunning. And then I topped it off with the Milani 3D Glitzy Glamour Gloss. This stuff is super glossy. It makes your lips look nice and juicy and plump and awake. And this is kind of like an orange, so you can't really tell, but it definitely, these two mixed together makes my lips go perfectly with all of this going on. So I'm totally in love with this look. I really hope that you guys liked it as well. I know that sometimes my camera doesn't always pick up pigment and color and eyeshadow quite as intense, but this shade underneath here is just so stunning. It's so striking. But the one thing that my camera is really missing is on my inner corner here. So I use this color Soul right here, which is gold. It is platinum gold. Look at this. This is just barely dipping my finger in. So, and I did also mix that a little bit with the Fix Plus Gold Light and then for whatever reason, I think that all of my lights and my camera and everything glittery that's going on my face is kind of like competing for the star of the show. So this is kind of hidden on camera, but in person, oh my god, it's like gold pow. It's stunning. I love it. I'm getting lipstick all over my teeth. So yeah, anyways, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this look. I really love doing looks where I'm inspired by something. I've done looks based on other people's looks. My shirt inspired me today. So if there's something that you'd like to see from me, definitely leave it in the comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this look. And if you guys are not already subscribed, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel before you leave. It is in this side. Pretty sure it's over here. My little picture is gonna pop up. If you're on a computer, you can just hit that. You'll be automatically subscribed to my channel, and make sure that notification bell is on so you can see more videos from me. And yeah, I think that'll be the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!